Ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be a very special live stream for a number of reasons. Hit subscribe right now if you're used to the uploads. Let's get this past 116,000 subs. Back on its way to 120,000 subs. I want to thank everyone in the super chat who do, you guys and gals do everything possible to give the incentive. We have over 100 seconds into this, 145. Detroit, so people got the notification. My good buddy Eric H526 has let me know that for some reason sometimes I as I'm reading an article, I will unfortunately miss a super chat here and there. So Clash with the Dead, thank you so much. Agent Pepsi, thank you. I no longer believe the testimony of Dems unless they testify while strapped to a chair, given sodium pentothal, and have hot lights in their faces. So thank you, Agent Pepsi, which is Hillary's version of unwinding and relaxing after a long day of work. Thank you, Agent Pepsi. Thank you. And for the record, I just want to reach out to really quickly my good friend, and he doesn't like me anymore, but I think that he's a great person, and I have no problem with him at all. Randy Credico, who I believe is awesome. I have no issue at all with Randy. I know he's a staunch WikiLeaks and Assange supporter. I too am a staunch. I love Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, and I've written many articles in the Huffington Post and the Daily Caller. I have spent, WikiLeaks retweeted a whole bunch, many videos of mine during the election. They've retweeted articles. I had the great pleasure and honor of Miss Christine Assange retweeting my latest article, Free Julian Assange. And I think that I wrote an article, not only Free Julian Assange, but right when President Trump was elected, I said, another Daily Caller article, President Trump should pardon Julian Assange. So again, Randy took exception with my support for Trump, but I have nothing but respect and admiration for Randy Credico. He is a great comedian. He's a great radio voice. I had the great honor of being on his show, and he's been, I've interviewed him numerous times here. So what can I tell you? I respect Randy. I am 100% cool with Randy Credico. I have zero beef with him, and I hope that he reevaluates his newfound dislike for me. But I'm hoping it's only momentary, and, but again, I have nothing but respect and admiration for Randy Credico. And of course, I believe that anyone should support WikiLeaks. And it doesn't really matter where you are, who you are, who you're voting for. It really doesn't matter. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for your kind words. Let's get this show on the road. We have almost 400 people here. We're going to hit 1,000 people. We're going to hit 1,000 people this live stream, and I'll tell you why. Do you want to know the best part of Michael Cohen picking Lenny Davis? It's not that it's such an amazing, brilliant move, because it actually hurts Democrats' chances of having Michael Cohen flip on whatever imaginary fantasy, diabolical fantasy they have in their delusional brains. The hilarious thing about all of this, is that apparently Michael Avenatti, Stormy Daniels' lawyer, is upset that Michael Cohen has now, I guess, increased his status. So the best part of all of this is that Stormy Daniels' lawyer does not believe Michael Cohen's conversion to the Democratic Party side, that he's going to flip or sing or be more willing to help Mueller eventually hurt Trump, which Avenatti is right. So, but the hilarious. So I don't know if I'm explaining. Okay, so listen, here's the deal. Okay, hold on. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. I'm gonna take my time. This is gonna be slow and nice. Yes. We have almost 500 people. Lanny Davis is a big, very hardcore Clinton supporter. Hardcore. Defends Clinton. Clinton could do anything. He'll defend Clinton, but he's very well connected. He's an excellent attorney, and he's very, very well connected. Extremely well connected within Democratic Party circles. The hilarious thing about all of this is that there are two different propaganda spins colliding. Okay? Let me say that again. There are two different propaganda spins colliding at warp speed. It's fantastic and it's brilliant. And let me just go ahead and... So, let's just Avenatti on Michael Cohen. So the best is, so Stormy Daniels has a lawyer. Okay. So Stormy Daniels has a lawyer. His name is Michael Avenatti. Michael Avenatti has been going after Michael Cohen. Okay, so they're like arch enemies politically. Okay. So you have Stormy Daniels' lawyer, you have Trump's lawyer, you have Stormy Daniels' lawyer and Avenatti, you have Trump's lawyer, former lawyer. I know I need a haircut. 500 people, it's only a couple minutes in, 6 minutes in. You have so you have Stormy Daniels' lawyer. Then you have Stormy Daniels' lawyer, Michael Avenatti. You have Trump's lawyer, former lawyer, Michael Cohen. Mueller raided his office like dun 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 dun, storm raid. With Cheryl Mills, Heather Samuelson, and David Kendall, they actually committed crimes. Hillary did commit crimes, Espionage Act crimes. She deleted classified intelligence, almost certainly, but she also certainly transferred top secret and special access program intelligence from SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs onto an unencrypted server in her basement. But let's not talk about that. No Mueller probe raids there. Because when Mueller was FBI director, he, according to the New York Times, read the New York Times draw story before you write a hit piece on me again. The New York Times cash flow of the Clinton Foundation and Mid-Russian uranium deal. Who was the FBI director as yellow cake uranium was being shipped out of the country? Oh, it was, you guessed it, Robert Mueller. Anyway, so the hilarious thing is that Michael Avenatti has been, somewhat of a darling, whatever, of the left, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna go get Michael Cohen to flip. Okay. For example, here's one of the here's one tweet. Knowing what we know, no wonder Mr. Cohen was doing everything he could to interfere with Miss Daniels' effort to get new counsel. He was desperate to avoid the cover-up from surfacing and was afraid that competent counsel would expose him and Mr. Trump. More to come. # more to come. Okay, they have nothing on Trump. They have nothing on Trump because initially Stormy Daniels said that it never happened. She's on record as saying it never happened. Then she said it did happen. She has no evidence. She has no evidence that could be given to court. She has no evidence that could be given to court that would prove that she was ever threatened. Okay? Michael Avenatti slams Michael Cohen's lawyer's buffoonery. And so you just look at Avenatti's Twitter. So he is arch rivals with Michael Cohen. Now, so the hilarious thing, this is the really hilarious thing. Rick Yurzik, thank you. Sessions and Mueller square off an MMA match, winner take all, trash talking to each other. That's right. You want to go? Oh, you want to do this? Let's go, Mueller. It's Mueller time. I'm going to have a Miller time after I whoop your behind. Rick Yurzik, thank you. Scotland, thank you so much, everyone in Scotland, for watching. We're almost at 600 viewers. But I can't tell you enough how hilarious this is. So let's continue. Okay, so they've been politically at odds with each other. just recently, so Avenatti was, you know, the most, not celebrated, but he was the lawyer within Democratic circles that people, you know, gravitated towards because he was representing Stormy Daniels and, you know, Trump derangement syndrome. People think that through Stormy, they can impeach Trump. So he gained a lot of status. The guy has like 616,000 followers on Twitter, whatever. He's on MSNBC every day, whatever. Okay. So he was like, hey, you know, the Democrats love me. They don't love Michael Cohen. They hate Michael Cohen. They love me. Now, Michael Cohen, so great. Now Michael Cohen went ahead and hired Lanny Davis, who would be like Hillary Clinton's like cousin or something. Like, in a way, her brother, in a bizarre way, like someone very close to the Clintons, but also more importantly for Michael Cohen, not so much the Clintons, the Clintons, but also more importantly for Michael Cohen, because who knows how much he's paying Lanny Davis, which probably it's pretty good. Lanny Davis knows what's up. He's going to talk about money, honey. You know, he knows what's up. So Michael Cohen has now ingratiated himself. He's now curried favor. He has now embedded himself. Michael Cohen has now aligned himself with power players within the Democratic Party, usurping or now moving past Avenatti in terms of the hierarchy of things. So now Avenatti is no longer supplanting. Now Avenatti is no longer the most favored lawyer. Now slowly, it's Michael Cohen who is now the one that Democrats are looking at, the guy that Democrats are looking at as their hope. It's like a constant, like from Star Wars, like, you know, you are our only hope. Like when Princess Leia and the hologram, like every day is like that. It's like a hologram of desperate Democrats. Please, you're our only hope, Avenatti. Now it's Michael Cohen, you're our only hope. So now Michael Cohen has made a declaration of independence from President Trump. This is so funny. This is so great. Don't you understand how the humor in this is it's insane how funny this is. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. So now you have Lanny Davis, who is like, there's a Declaration of Independence. Watch this. This is hilarious. Okay, there's
a reason that he said at the very end of the interview with Mr. Stephanopoulos that he took these contrary positions to Mr. Trump, who he had previously said he would take a bullet for, a comment that I don't believe he would say today. And the reason he said is, I will not be a punching bag as part of somebody else's defense strategy.
So I will not be a punching bag. This is a Declaration of Independence from Trump. You're feeding these crack meth heads. You're feeding these alcoholics. You're feeding these addicts, these Democratic Party addicts. You're feeding these people who are just waiting and dying and desperately awaiting. Thank you, Jester3. Thank you, everyone. Desperately awaiting some kind of evidence to get to Trump. If it's Stormy Daniels, fine. If it's any other adult star, fine. If it's Avenatti, yes, fine. If it's Michael Cohen, fine. If it's anyone, if you have to destroy and ruin the lives of good people, fine. Even if they have nothing to do with Russian hackers, even if there's no evidence that Russia hacked the DNC, which is an absurd notion. Why Russia would hack the DNC to inform everyone that Bernie Sanders was cheated? We already pretty much knew that before even the WikiLeaks DNC emails cemented. So, and then James Clapper said there's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. He didn't have any evidence. We know that Peter Strzok completely fabricated everything. And the real time documentation from Strzok, and he's going to testify with Lisa Page. Honey, he's not going to win, right? No, we'll stop it. We'll stop him. I'm the lumberjack. We'll stop. Thank you, Joe Mama. Thank you. We'll stop him from winning. So the whole thing was cover up Clinton's actual crimes, fabricate fake crimes using a Steele dossier that eventually Clinton purchases, or that Clinton purchased. So she purchased her own FISA warrant. She purchased her own DNC hack. She purchased everything. And the sky is falling now because every single person that covered for Hillary is now going to be in trouble with the Office of Professional Responsibility and eventually charged by Sessions using their bureaucrat. If you, like I always say, if you utilize bureaucracy to hurt others, your bureaucracy will be utilized upon you. Now, Michael Cohen has done this insane jujitsu move or judo move or whatever. They were after Michael Cohen to flip and to sing. Okay, there's nothing there. He doesn't have anything to flip and sing about. Trump is not stupid. He didn't go ahead and, give Michael Cohen the address to imaginary Russian hackers who don't exist. Okay, these people don't exist, and they don't have cell phones because A, they don't exist, and B, they just, Trump wouldn't have their cell phones, but they don't exist. So that, Democrats think that there is this grand plot to let us know how horrible Hillary was. Yes, we already knew that in 2015 in the Hill, the Huffington Post, the Salon. I already knew that she was going to lose, and I stated that she would lose. That's why I always point to one of the YouTube segments that I did in 2015 when I first started this channel. I was doing like once a week. I was doing one segment a week pretty much, and I was like, look, she's not going to win. She's not going to win because she's not going to win swing states. People don't like her. They hate her. So, and then people are like, oh, you're crazy, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I was right. But Michael Cohen has made a declaration of independence from Trump. So now Avenatti, nobody is more upset than Avenatti. This takes money. This takes money away. This takes money away from Avenatti. Stormy Daniels gushes that watching Michael Avenatti work is like seeing Michelangelo paint the Sistine Chapel. This is fantastic. Hi, HA. I really should be cleaning my kitchen. Janice, thank you so much. You don't have to clean the kitchen now. Relax. Enjoy the soulful sounds of Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels gushes that watching Michael Avenatti is like seeing the Michelangelo paint the Sistine Chapel. Yes, thank you, Stormy. No one will dispute that Michael Avenatti is good at what he does. There is room to argue, though, over what exactly it is he is doing. This is the week. I get better. Avenatti representing adult film star Stormy Daniels in 3 lawsuits against President Trump. Why don't you make it 10? Has made 200 television appearances in 4 months. Wow. And drawn the irritation of at least one judge who told him, wow, 200 appearances? He's on a publicity tour. Avenatti has gone as far as to float running for president. So he said he was going to run for president or he could beat Trump. But while he has critics, Avenatti is picture perfect in the eyes of his allies. Not anymore, because guess who just supplanted him as most favored attorney? Michael Cohen. How hilarious is that? How Avenatti is who's been cashing in on all of this. And then now Michael Cohen is encroaching on his space. The same guy who, in a sense, made Avenatti famous for going after. I'll put it this way. It's Stormy Daniels told me. This is a New York Times magazine. People forced to pay defense tend to get sloppy. They tend to make mistakes. And look, if I didn't think Michael was doing a good job, I would fire his behind. But she added, every time I watch him work, I think this is what it must have been like to see the Sistine Chapel being painted. Wow. But instead of paint, Michael uses the tears of his enemies. Okay. Well, you know what? Someone just took over the painting of the Sistine Chapel. His name is Michael Cohen. And the funny thing is, Michael Cohen just trolled the entire Democratic Party by picking Lanny Davis. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like, it would be like Superman picking Lex Luthor. Like, okay. Yeah, or Lex Luthor picking Superman to defend him. Or Superman picking Lex Luthor to defend him. Whatever. You know what I mean. So this is absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. The hilarious part of all of this is that in addition to the fact that Cohen just pretty much trolled Avenatti with this by kind of becoming more favored in a very quick way. So if you look at Avenatti's Twitter post, so now he cares about, okay, so he's talking about reuniting families. Obama did the same thing and worse under President Obama. New York Magazine article, 2016. That's why when people say like, oh my God, look what you know. It's like, wait a second, did you care? A report, Obama administration handed child migrants over to human traffickers, New York Magazine, 2016. I think that's even worse than what happened under Trump, obviously. And that's New York Magazine. But if you look, okay, so then of course he's so, wow, now he's going after Lanny Davis, which is absolutely hilarious. So this is a battle of media empowered attorneys, all three of whom have different interests. Just me. Thank you, just me. Thank you, just me. OMG, the whole swamp is being used for Trump's defense game. He is letting them all self-implode. This is the best script that media can't even cover because they're involved. This is too good. Just me. Yes. Thank you, just me. First for your support of this channel and your generosity and kindness, but also you're 100% right. Just me. Check this out. This is fantastic. So Lanny Davis, did Rudy Giuliani really say on Sunday's show that Michael Cohen should cooperate with prosecutors and tell the truth? Seriously? Is that Trump and Giuliani definition of the truth? Trump, Giuliani next to the word truth equals oxymoron. Okay, stay tuned. So Lanny Davis, this is the guy who thinks Hillary is truthful. Okay. It's like saying a great white shark makes a good family pet. Or like Cujo is, a nice fluffy toy that kids should have. So now Avenatti quotes Lanny Davis's tweet and then gets on Lanny Davis. So now he doesn't like both Lanny and or whatever. One would assume that he's now rivals with Lanny Davis, which is kind of funny because Lanny Davis is an old school Democrat. So it would be very difficult for Avenatti to go up against him because Davis is a type of guy that'll go ahead and cover for any Hillary crime. But he's also very powerful within those circles, which is another hilarious part of all of this. So just me, thank you so much. You're 100% right. So this is hilarious. 755. We're not even, we might hit 1,000. This we'll see. But so, okay. Then Avenatti goes, stay tuned, ? This isn't some game or op to tease you for a reality show. This is serious business. If Cohen has info, he needs to share it now with the American people. He can't stand by while more damage is done and then later claim he's a hero because he cut a plea to save himself. This is the absolute best thing ever. I'm just retweeting this. Well, you know what? I'm going to retweet this, and this is the best thing ever. Avenatti is in a very tough situation here because Cohen has trolled him and the entire Democrats. And Democrats are too stupid to realize what's going on. Why am I so excited about this? I'm so excited about this because it's multiple troll levels going on at the same time. And Trump is laughing. Giuliani is laughing. No one's laughing harder than Trump. No one's laughing harder than Trump. Absolutely nobody's laughing harder than Trump, because the thing is, like, just me, thank you so much. Michael Avenatti is in many ways a media creation. Lanny Davis is in many ways a Democratic Party creation. Michael Cohen is in many ways a Trump/now media creation. At least in terms of all three, what we know about them, just in the public eye. I'll say it again because it's extremely important. This is all hilarious. Michael Avenatti was the darling. He was the favorite. Now, Lanny Davis has said, no, everyone, trust me. I am linked to the Democratic Party. I am linked to Bill and Hillary. I am very, very powerful or influential in the Democratic Party. I'm representing Michael Cohen. And you can trust me to ensure that Michael Cohen flips and sings on Trump. So now, Michael Cohen, Ami, thank you. Thank you, Ami. Don't think it's Russian bots. You know what? We're all truth, people, bots, whatever. I mean, this is all truth. Ami, thank you. Thank you, Ami. Just me, thank you. Ami, thank you. Thank you. Thank you both so very much. Ami, thank you. Just me, thank you. This is probably the biggest. Trump is like a wizard now. He's gone to like wizard status. He's gone to like, I don't even know, like Superman status in terms of trolling. So now the question is, what is Lanny Davis going to do with Cohen? Well, they're going to string along the Democratic Party. Now you're going to see Lanny Davis on just as many shows as Michael Avenatti. Now, what does Michael Avenatti do? What could he possibly do? If he goes up against Lanny Davis, he'll lose. Very likely, because Lanny Davis, even though the guy Hillary could, God forbid, do something horrendous on TV, and he was still defended, but he's very, very, very Lanny Davis connected with the Democratic establishment for years. Avenatti is the new media darling for the Democratic Party. So he has some clout, but not really that much. I mean, and he can go ahead and burn bridges by attacking Lanny Davis, which is what he just did. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, and then you have Stormy Daniels in the mix. Hold on one second. Let's just go ahead. Plug this computer. Okay, so computer's plugged. We don't lose the stream when it's so. Ami, thank you. Thank you, Ami. Thank you, Ami. And thank you, Just Me. The super chat gives me every incentive to rock these all the time. I try to do 3 to 4 a day, and well over an hour to 2 hours. And thank you, everyone. So now it's a matter of, you want to talk about Machiavellian, like James Comey. These people are turning into who can backstab whom quicker and with more media play. Also, it's a money-making endeavor. Michael Avenatti doesn't need to do anything. He doesn't need to win any lawsuit, and he'll still make money. Okay? Lanny Davis doesn't have to have Cohen flip. He's making money. Michael Cohen doesn't have to flip, because eventually he'll get pardoned by Trump. As will and God bless him, Michael Flynn, should be pardoned right now. Or I guess you have to wait. No, you don't have to wait for sentencing. You can just go ahead and, because he was set up. He was an honorable man set up. So, oh, he's on Joy Reid. Fantastic. There's nothing coming. There's nothing stopping Michael Cohen from coming clean now. So Avenatti now is kind of logic. Logic is on Avenatti's side. Political momentum is on Cohen's side because of Lanny Davis. It's all who he picked, too. If he picked another lawyer, nobody would care. If he picked another lawyer, Avenatti would have the complete advantage. So now Avenatti is saying, well, you know what? He needs to go ahead and come clean now. The problem is Trump didn't do anything. He never went ahead and worked with Russia. There's nothing nefarious that he used. Larry, there's nothing that that he did. Oh, this is hilarious too. Wait, so so, you know, you play with oh, here we go. Oh man, he went after Lanny Davis again. Oh my God, this is so great. This is so great. Lanny Davis, your flowery language and drumbeat of supposed patriotism is phony. Oh wow. Wait, what does Lanny Davis say? Because he's talking smack, and I want to see what Davis, if he's going to fight back. So, Ahmed, thank you. Just me, thank you. So, thank you so much. So, wait a second now. Wait a second now. So, this is hilarious, too. This is July 8th, so the other day. I haven't seen these people's Twitter feeds. Met with Ted Lieu today. Why did Avenatti meet with a Congressman Ted Lieu? He gets it, and we're lucky to have him as a leader in the House. Why is Avenatti meeting with a congressional leader? Don't Democratic congressional leaders have better things to do? Anyway, so oh my God, they went at it. Why is my representing Michael Cohen as attorney of such high interest? No, not about me. It's about our nation's yearning for truth. And Michael Cohen has said it's time for him to speak the truth and put his family and country first. I'm glad to help him. OMG. They're trolling each other into oblivion. They're trolling each other into oblivion. So that was Lanny Davis's, and then he took Avenatti took he objected to that. Let's see if Lanny Davis is talking smack at all. It says here, Lanny Davis, legal crisis manager. He's a legal crisis manager. So Michael Medvedev, is it with Michael Cohen hiring Lanny Davis to represent, is it good news or bad news? It's very good news for Trump. Who knows, but it's great news for Michael Cohen. Lanny, an old friend, one of the best lawyers in America, and one of the world's smartest political and media minds. Oh, I wouldn't go there at all. Lanny Davis is a loyal, well-connected man. I'm not certain about if it's a battle of wits. I'm not certain any of these people, you know, win any title at all. He tried to go up against Michael Mukasey, and it was like Mike Tyson versus, you know, Pee Wee Herman. Davis went up against Michael Mukasey, and Michael Mukasey ripped him a new one regarding the email scandal, which was easy to do. This was like 2 years ago, right when, you know, before Iowa, which was hilarious. So now, okay, so Michael Medvedev, so Lanny Davis is retweeting people who are happy that he's representing. That's so funny. Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer doesn't care about reuniting families. He didn't when Obama was orphaning people by deportation. They're all the biggest hypocrites on the planet. Also, Lanny Davis writes. So he's a contributor to The Hill. I was a contributor to The Hill. But that's one thing Avenatti doesn't do. Well, I think he writes a little bit. So, which is hilarious. All hilarious. 3 attorneys. What could be better enjoyment than 3 attorneys who hate each other? Well, Cohen doesn't hate Lanny Davis, but that remains to be seen if Lanny does a good job for him. If Lanny doesn't do a good job for him, then, you know. Okay, here's one guy. This one guy from MSNBC. You know, Davis retweets everyone from CNN, MSNBC. It's one big giant cult. Hilarious. So one guy's like, yeah. Every single GOP member of Congress who will not confront Trump's rantings, delusions, and nonstop lies. What you mean actually having peace between North and South Korea, getting the ball rolling there, a good economy, you know, exposing corrupt FBI agents who basically covered up Clinton's crimes and fabricated Trump Russia in a public manner and demanded to stop is simply unfit. No, sorry. This is some guy from MSNBC or CNBC. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's pretty stupid. MSNBC. Like, what did he like? If you don't attack Trump or, you know, talk to Trump, or it's like, no. Why would anyone in his cabinet openly disagree with him? They're on his cabinet. They're working for the White House. What kind of stupid imbeciles think that? And then here we go. Giuliani calls on Sessions to bring honest FBI agents from New York office we can trust. This is the most blatant obstruction of justice. No, it's not. You can't have obstruction of justice when you haven't even accused Trump of a crime. There's no crime. There's no evidence. You heard like the smoking gun, the body. Well, there's no evidence, God forbid, in a murder. Space Force, Space Ghost 1. Superman identifies as a woman. I actually saw him in drag buying a golden lariat at Farpoint Station. Photos were sent to Hillary's private server. I have the goods on the Man of Steel. Hashtag no Superman shirts. Space Ghost 1. Space Ghost 1. Let me tell you, Space Ghost is awesome. Space Ghost is one of the premier space characters or cartoons, but I want to give it some justice. Space Ghost is one of the premier galactic superheroes. You have to be hardcore, as one of my friends says. Hardcore. He's hardcore. You have to be hardcore to really know and appreciate Space Ghost the way I do. So thank you, Just Me. Thank you, Ame. Ame, thank you. Space Ghost. Love it. So Superman, you know what? It's all good. The Superman is a woman, man, whatever. If he identifies, okay. But Space Ghost, thank you. Hello, Tamara. So, yeah, Giuliani, tomorrow Mueller should suspend, God willing. We can only hope. Because the Democrats are like, can you believe what he's doing? He wants to suspend Mueller's investigation. This is obstruction of justice. Well, where's the crime? The colluding. What? What are you talking about? The colluding with the Russia. How many votes were altered? The colluding with the Russia and Buff Bernie coloring. What? The Buff Bernie coloring book. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. The colluding with the Russia and the NSA is moderately confident, and they have warranty disclaimers. And James Clapper told Chuck Todd there's no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, but we have to continue. So continue what? Continue what? Focus. Answer the question. What is Trump accused of doing? What crime? What criminal statute? Espionage Act. He removed a top secret and special access program intelligence and put it on a basement server. No, that was Hillary, buddy. That was Hillary. What are you accusing Trump of? Because he colluded with the Russia and the Putin. How? Because he was writing a check as he was getting peed on by Russian prostitutes in Moscow. And we have the check, and we have everything. And Stormy and Michael Cohen and everyone, they're going to go flip and sing, and it's going to be flipping and singing. Okay. Able to get my donation through? Did you get it? Kevin, I don't know. I have a Patreon also, but I don't know if you did it on the super chat or not. But we are at we were at 800. We're approaching 800. And so now I'm just looking at Lanny Davis's timeline. It's just, oh my God, Meghan McCain, of course. I am disgusted by Giuliani's abhorrent and idiotic comments about Joe Biden. Well, it's probably true. What did he say about Joe Biden? What did Giuliani say? Whatever he said about Biden is probably true. What did he say about Biden? Everyone's pissed off about everything. Oh my God, the gossip. Meanwhile, Trump's approval rating continues to go. Democrats are going to get crushed. Kavanaugh is going to go through. It's not even going to be an issue. The Republicans have their tax cuts. They have 2 Supreme Court justices now with Kavanaugh. Peace between North and South Korea, exposing corrupt FBI agents, good economy. So tell me all these horrible things that are taking place with Trump. Oh, well, ICE deported 2.5 million people. You said nothing. Please quiet down and just continue to say nothing, because all this outrage about ICE or immigration, you didn't care under Obama. So don't pretend to care now. But Giuliani, Biden. What did he say? Giuliani calls Biden a mentally deficient idiot. And of course, Politico puts like the worst picture of Giuliani on there. He's also old. He's 4 years older than Trump. That is so funny. And the best part of all of this, I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen somebody swim towards a great white shark, or like go into a cage with just me? HA, give us your ultimate scenario of how you want to see these people go down for their crimes. Blessed Hope. Hiya, HA. Lovely day here in Tucson. God bless you, Blessed Hope. Thank you. Just me? Okay, so Space Ghost, thank you. Ami, thank you. Just me, thank you again. Here's the scenario. Very simple scenario. Okay. James Comey, Office of Professional Responsibility at the FBI says, oh, by the way, you've committed major breaches of protocol. You should never have given classified information to anyone outside the FBI. You've also, throughout your tenure, covering up for Hillary's crimes and during the mid-year investigation, should never, ever, ever have pretended you were the Attorney General. And we know that you were worried about the NYPD and New York field office leaking information. We know that you didn't care about how Clinton transferred top secret special access program intelligence. We're going to do to you what we've done to Andrew McCabe, which is list all the breaches of protocol that you've committed, and that will also serve as the basis for a future indictment by Sessions. Andrew McCabe, they've already done that. They've listed all his breaches of protocol, the fact that he's lied under oath, and that will serve as the basis for the criminal referral, by the way, that Horowitz also sent. Because right now they have not given a criminal referral yet for Comey, because they're still investigating. The IG has a whole new report about how he just leaked classified information. And again, if Horowitz says, well, he broke protocol, he leaked this, but we're not going to go ahead and engage in criminal referral, Sessions could override that, or Huber could. Okay, so, I mean, Comey's politically, in terms of from a bureaucratic sense, done. The FBI internal departments are already investigating Comey. They're going to do him the way they did McCabe. Now, just me. We get to Strzok and Page. Strzok and Page, and to perhaps a lesser extent, but maybe just the same, Lisa Moyer, Kevin Kleinsmith, FBI Agent 1, and then there's like 2 or 3 others that are anonymous FBI agents. Well, FBI Agent 1 is married to Sally Moyer. It's all this like, they're all hooking up and married or whatever. It's all this craziness going on. Strzok and Page have been exposed. There's no debating that they've already been exposed, that they basically documented the fact that Mueller's probe should never have existed in the first place. And they also documented the fact that Clinton was never really even investigated. There was so much classified intelligence outside the US government that Clinton will get charged. It's just a matter of when and how. This is not a precedent. You cannot have, let's put it this way, you cannot have a viable intelligence community any longer if you don't set a precedent for what Clinton did. Okay, so they're going to go after Strzok and Page. Bureaucratically, they're going to say that they shouldn't have texted each other how much they hated Trump. They're going to say that all of these, so might fire or remove pensions from Comey, Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Moyer, all of them, Page, all of them. They'll do all of these things. Eventually, they'll make an example bureaucratically of them. Then, from that bureaucratic basis, they look and they say, okay, look, do these breaches, these horrific breaches in protocol, these horrific breaches in protocol, do they correlate with legal statutes? Yes. Now, did Andrew McCabe alter 302s? Did anyone alter evidence? Did Peter Strzok alter 302s? It's game over then. From a bureaucratic sense, because he also failed a polygraph. So the Georgia Bulldog, I call him the Georgia Bulldog, Doug Collins, wanted to find out, why he was kept on, even though he failed a polygraph. And Christopher basically said verbatim, that there's an ongoing investigation between the Office of Professional Responsibility and the people prominently named. So just me and Ami and Space Ghost, thank you. But just me, that's the issue. I mean, and Ami, thank you so much. That's the issue. I mean, all of this it's happening pretty quickly. Look, Devin Nunes was on Judge Judy the other day. And Judge Judy was rightfully said, look, when are we going to get some action? When are we going to get people, indicted? When are we going to get, and she was right. But at the same time, we just found out in a relatively short matter, relatively recently, of the Stop Trump text. And we don't even know the extent of classified intelligence outside the US government because they did not have a grand jury because there was so much classified intelligence. Michael Horowitz, in many ways, like I said from the beginning, and I'll say it now, he wrote a bureaucratic document that will be used by bureaucrats as the legal basis for statutes broken. First, the bureaucracy broken, then the statutes, legal statutes. Then comes the flipping and singing. So I guess that's my long-winded answer. But just me, thank you so very, very much. I mean, all of this is coming to, this is the thing. Trump hasn't done anything Obama hasn't done, or either similar or to the same extent, or Obama did worse. Oh yeah, Judge Janine, not Judge Judy. Hillary's not going to become let's put it this way. Trump's going to win 2020. It doesn't matter if it's Hillary or anyone else, but Hillary runs. And by the way, she'll run even indicted. So let's say the Sessions charged. The Democratic Party is so delusional. So no, that's just water. It really is. But The Democratic Party is so delusional that Hillary Clinton could be charged, and they would not care. They would not care. They would not care at all. And here you have a situation where all of these people, we have Sally Moyer speaking tomorrow, and her boyfriend speaking Thursday. Here, Lanny Davis, here we go, about to debate Steve Bannon. What the heck is going on in America? So, like, all of these people, Bannon left, he's debating Lanny Davis. I mean, you think these people care? Oh, Tripped Breaker, thank you. Love this channel. Thank you, Tripped Breaker. Thank you. Eric, H526 just let me know via Twitter. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric, always for your support of this channel. And I want to thank someone really wonderful. Stuart Cooley, you are absolutely wonderful. I just wanted to thank you. And I am going to go ahead and DM you again. But Stuart Cooley, absolutely wonderful. I just want to thank you for just being a great friend and just being wonderful. And he's on Twitter. He might be watching now, but thank you, Stuart Cooley. So now, what do we have? So we have a situation where the Democratic Party is imploding, absolutely imploding, and they don't know what to do. They have no idea what to do. And they don't know when they're getting trolled. They don't know what to do when they're getting trolled. And they don't know how to kind of win, because their goal is not winning anymore. Like, all of this insanity, nobody cares what De Niro says. It's not a matter of being old. It's a matter of De Niro saying stupid things. He's a legendary actor. But that doesn't mean you just go ahead and say F Trump. You see, saying F Trump doesn't make you a tough guy. Because if you didn't say F Obama for doing the same things, then saying F Trump doesn't make you a tough guy. And that's the thing. Like, it's like that game, like when you were playing when you were younger, like, oh, I'll hit you, but then you hit, but then you hit a little bit harder, a little harder. You don't just go like right for the face after like the first little hit. And they've gone from like what was it? Not Monty Python. Turn it up to 11. Whatchamacallit? Hold on. What's wrong with me? Turn it up to 11. Wait, what is wrong with me? That amazing movie, Spinal Tap. This is this is when Rob Reiner was, normal. Spinal Tap's one of the great, like, hilarious movies. Okay, so it's like Spinal Tap. Like, they turn it up to 11. They turn it up to 11. There is no, oh, I disagree with Trump. It's Trump is Hitler. They don't even know, like, they never read a book on Hitler. They never read a book on, I want to show you guys something. Okay? Hold on one second. Don't go anywhere. All right, so everyone who calls, you talk about Rob Reiner, or you see this book right here? Okay. This is a book written, well, it's compiled by 3 very courageous German historians. And it's the good old days. The Holocaust is seen by its perpetrators and bystanders. Ernest Klee, Willy Dreesen, and Volker Rees, 3 very courageous German historians. Ladies and gentlemen, if you read this book and you read the actual writing of the perpetrators of the Holocaust, you will never possibly link Trump with anything to do with World War II or the Nazis or Hitler again. It's the most harrowing documentation of the perpetrators, and people need to read. So here's just one book that I've read that, you know, people have read. It's just read a book if you're going to compare. And then they make this ridiculous argument. Well, you know, it starts with the mentality. That mentality of destroying Libya or deporting 2.5 million people under Obama, or Dylan Roof committed his atrocity of black worshipers under Obama's administration. Sandra Bland was pulled out of her car and then died under Obama's administration. The title is The Good Old Days. It was concentration camp commander, commandant. I think it was either not of Auschwitz, of another concentration camp, called the time when he could murder more people, the good old days. It's a book that is documenting the written notes, diaries, recollections, actual testimony of Nazi killers, perpetrators, and people around them. It's the most horrendous. I actually read, this was during the election when people were saying, oh, Trump's a Nazi. I read an excerpt, and they wouldn't even, they demonetized because I was reading. It was so horrendous. You might be able to find that on YouTube. I mean, yeah, I don't think I don't know. No, hold on one second. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Treblinka. The title of The Good Old Days comes from the cover of a private photo kept by concentration commander Kurt Franz of Treblinka. The gruesomely sentimental and unmistakably authentic title introduces an equally disturbing collection of diaries, letters home, and confidential reports written by the executioners and sympathetic observers of the Holocaust, illustrated with numerous photographs they themselves took as, quote, souvenirs of their work and, quote, achievements. Executions, I mean, the most horrible, horrendous things. And so to go ahead and try to link Trump to the most heinous perpetrators, the most barbaric monsters and villains in human history. How about just you disagree with his policies? How about just you have better policies? Papa D, the art. Okay. Papa D, thank you. Okay, so thank you, Papa D. So then, people are like, oh, no one would ever flip. Here's one thing. No one could ever flip from Bernie to Trump. How about, have you heard of hashtag walk away? Have you heard of hashtag dem exit? I keep on saying, and people still don't get it. If you are interested in a less hawkish foreign policy, then vote Trump. Then vote Trump. If you're interested in a less hawkish foreign policy, then vote President Trump. That's it. And, you know, it's like, there's so much going on. It's just so much craziness going on. People are like, oh, I don't want to be associated with you because you like Trump. It's like, wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just I find it bizarre that the fabricated hatred of Trump has led people to then say, well, no, I'm no longer your friend, or I'm going, you know, I don't like, you can't support what I support because you support Trump. It's like, it's a little bit ridiculous. I've never been like that too. And my Second Amendment channel, by the way, if you watch, it's my unboxing of my CZ97B45 ACP. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. That's another thing. The hilarious thing is that my profile pic on my Twitter account is me with my California compliant AK-47, and I think that like rubs a lot of people the wrong way. I think it's pretty awesome, but exactly, Susan, you're 100% right. Anyone, thank you, Betsy. Anyone who is going to not be your friend anymore because of a political decision, and also Trump is not a racist. Trump does not embolden racists. And the same counties and states that voted for Obama twice voted for Trump, and they will vote for Trump twice. There is no racist bloc of people. There's no racist vote. You cannot win an election appealing to racists because there's not enough Klan members or neo-Nazis to flip any election. And the same people who are saying, well, yes, there is. Why aren't white Democrats sticking up or defending Maxine Waters? Because of insidious Democratic Party racism, which is more overt than any alt-right, you know, person who is like, that's insidious. You let a black congresswoman take all the heat from the Republicans regarding a Democratic Party platform. It is not Maxine Waters' own decision or, you know, idea to yell at people. That's Nancy Pelosi. Maxine Waters, that's Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer's main message. And the most courageous person there happened to be Waters. I think it's absurd. I disagree with her statement and also the Democratic Party platform, but she was going ahead and she was echoing a party platform, and the party betrayed her. Horace, non sequitur alert. Epic rescue in caves of Thailand after days of being trapped by rising waters. Hoorah! Pardon the intrusion. Please carry on. No, Horace, thank you. No, let me go ahead and... Oh, Eric, you found it, buddy. You found it, buddy. So if you want to see that, I just retweeted it. Eric retweeted it, and that's the segment where I am actually reading excerpts from this book, The Good Old Days, and explaining that Trump is not Hitler. But let me go ahead. You know, I'm so happy that I hope all these kids and this coach were safe. Thailand rescue. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Thailand cave rescue sparks celebration. Mission Impossible. Operation leads to worldwide praise. His last 4 boys and football coach are brought out. Wow. God bless him. Thank God. That's amazing. Hooyah, hooyah, hooyah. Thai Navy SEALs. The Thai Navy SEALs are awesome. The Thai Navy SEALs are awesome. Wow. Wow. I mean, to be to be stuck in those caves for so long. I mean, it must have been just insane. Horace, thank you. So they're out. Yeah, they're out. Apparently they're out. Thailand cave rescue sparks celebration of Mission Impossible. Operation leads to world. Okay, so the last 4 boys and a football coach trapped inside a northern Thailand cave for more than 17 days have successfully been retrieved, sparking celebrations across Thailand and praise for the daring rescues from around the world. Today, Thai people, Team Thailand, achieved Mission Impossible, said Narongsak Osatan Nakorn, the head of the Joint Command Center coordinating the operation, to applause and cheers on Tuesday evening. Wow. About 2 hours later, the Thai Navy SEALs, who have led the operation, announced the entire Wild Boars football team and their coach had been freed. The 12 Wild Boars and coach have emerged from the cave and they are safe. Wow. They posted their official. They added their war cry, Hooyah! Wow. Wow. That is just amazing. Wow. Well, you know what? Thank you, Horace. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you again, Horace. So, I mean, there's so many things going on, and it's just it's sad that Democrats don't stand for anything, to where they have to basically they have to basically everything's hyperbole. And see, here also, it's like, it's such hyperbole. And you have Navy ex-sailor pardoned by Trump sues Obama and Comey for not prosecuting Hillary. He's 100% right. You can't, it's so stupid. You can't cover it up fair and square. There's no such thing as, well, we covered it up fair and square. Well, we fabricated the evidence fair and square. Thank you again, Horace. Thank you, Horace, as always. Thank you. Thank you. You can't say, oh, well, we tried. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? We tried. Gosh, no, because there is no statute of limitations to this. Because she's still using the same servers. She still has classified intelligence on them. She's still raising money in the same dastardly way that Democrats don't care about. But of course, Stormy Daniels, oh my God, impeach. Christian Saucier is suing Obama and James Comey for not charging Hillary Clinton. Ripped away from his family for 1 year for what? A photo? A photo? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have here a situation where Democrats are slowly collapsing under the weight of their corruption. They don't realize, but they're just collapsing. So they went after Kavanaugh, but they used an image of Hardiman. That's so funny. They don't care. What do they care? Their whole thing is just stop anything, obstruct anything. That's a stupid also. That's like a real stupid line. Obstruct anything. Obstruct anything. Always obstruct. Always hyperbole, obstruction. And then they're like, well, you know, if you don't vote for us, you're evil, you know, scum of the earth. Well, yeah, you're not going to get people to vote for you. You've just told people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue in a little bit. And of course, Brett Kavanaugh is awesome, especially on the Second Amendment. He's awesome. So, yeah, I'm happy. Especially, I'm also happy knowing that knowing that whenever the Democratic Party wants to ban this and ban that, and ban this and ban that, and make a precedent, make it difficult for people to law-abiding citizens to make it difficult for law-abiding citizens to protect their families. Papa D, her security clearance is invalid by definition. Absolutely. But see, that's the thing. She's still committing crimes. She's still committing crimes. Give me your thoughts below. Share this segment everywhere. Hit subscribe right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to the super chat. Thank you. And we had a good, strong super chat on this one. I mean, the live chat. We had a good, awesome chat room, as always. We reached, what, well over 800 people. Ladies and gentlemen, the you-know-what is going to hit the fan for a lot of... Oh, Space Ghost 1. What ticks me off is that Hillary Clinton has not been disqualified from holding any public office because of her many felonies. The fact she gets to run is maddening. Exactly, Space Ghost 1, which is hilarious too, because I actually not only say, okay, it's virtually certain she'll get charged with crimes. I'm virtually certain, but I'm not 100% certain, but I can see it's very likely that she still runs, even charged with a crime. I'm not into Q, Irma, so not into Q at all. No offense. I have no offense, no beef with anyone who is. But Space Ghost, that's the thing also. Also, remember, it's not just the crimes that she's committed. It's also the fact that, well, thank you, Tamara. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's also, Space Ghost, the fact that she'll still run even charged with crime. She doesn't care. Honey Badger don't care. Madam Cyberhack don't care. Space Ghost 1, thank you. Thank you as always. And everyone in the super chat, thank you. Everyone in the live chat, thank you. Let's get this party started in a couple of hours again. Thank you so very, very much. Have a blessed evening. One in the live chat. Whoa. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you again.